Hello and welcome back to Star University, or welcome if this is the first video you've seen. So today we're going to be looking at hand mining. So for hand mining you need a pyro multi-tool and you need the mining attachment. Both of these are available at most stations, not all, but most. And it's the kind of thing that multi-tool is the kind of thing that you probably should have with you at most times anyway. So there's two main times you're going to need hand mining. One is near the start of the game if you just want to make a wee bit easy money, which is basically what I'm demonstrating in this video. The second one is if you've ended up in prison. One of the ways to shorten your sentence is to go and mine some gems and hand those in, and that gets time off your sentence. So it's a useful skill to know, and you're better learning it before you need it in prison, like so many things. Anyway, in order to get this, you would accept an investigation mission to find somebody in a cave. And the one I've got, basically there's two areas you'll get offered these. One is the Hurston, anything around Hurston planet, and the other one is around Microtech planet. So we're currently around Hurston. We've been offered a mission to go to a cave on Aberdeen, which we are now approaching. There was no navigational points close, so I am slow boating my way in towards this cave. And just take the opportunity to introduce the video while that's happening. So I will cut it shortly for the last 100 kilometers of the flight, but one thing that's a really useful tip is when you've got a cave mission, when you approach the cave, when you get to about 5 kilometers away, the marker vanishes, so it can be really difficult to find the actual cave itself. It causes a lot of problems for people, and the best workaround for this is to approach it almost vertically. So you fly until you are above the cave by about 6-7 kilometers, point your ship directly at it and fly down. So even once the marker vanishes, you're still going to end up landing where the actual cave entrance is. I'll show you that in a second. I'll just cut this until we get a bit closer to the cave. Alright, so we are, as you can see, 4,861 metres above this cave on Aberdeen, and if I approach, that marker will disappear, so we want to make sure we're kind of pointed more or less directly at it. Now this is Aberdeen. Aberdeen's a very thick, toxic atmosphere, so it's very easy to lose your bearings of what's up and down. And there we go, the marker's gone. So we're just going to edge in, watching the altimeter, turn the lights on for all the good it will do us, and just slowly creep down. What we can see below us starting to emerge is one patch of ground, which is likely to be where the cave is. We can actually see some lights. This is the easiest way to find a cave entrance. If you're on the planet flying about, this can be really easy to miss. Alright, so we're down, engines off.
Engines offline.
Out we go. It's going to be pretty nasty, the environment here. The survival timer is going to be quite low, but once we are in the cave, we're kind of alright. You can see, yeah, the temperature is climbing fast. It's 120 C, still climbing. Yeah, pretty toasty down here. 12-minute survival timer. 207 degrees C is where we topped out. Alright, so yeah, it's warm down here. But yeah, once we go in here, we'll see that start to drop again. Once we're away. Yeah, so that's us. We're fine now, temperature-wise. Alright, so I didn't want to show you all of the time spent just plodding through a cave, so I'll cut a section out. I was a wee bit surprised because there was actually NPCs, which I didn't expect in one of these missions. Never has been before. One of them seemed friendly, the rest didn't. So I did have to kill a couple of people on the way down here. But what you can see here is one of the types of gems that we're looking for, but we're not really looking for the green one. If we bring up our, that's got the tractor beam attachment, so we need to swap that. So let's now. So this is the green one is Dolivine. We can see that there as it's scanning it. We don't really want Dolivine if we can avoid it. So this one though, you can see the pink veins in the rock. Is Hadanite. This is the most valuable of the three, so that's what we'll go for. So how do you best manage hand mining? Well, you can see on the left hand side there's a vertical bar with a green section and a red section. What we're going to do is we're going to start mining and then use the mouse wheel to power up the actual power that we're adding to the mining tool. And you can see sort of just at the bottom of the centre there's a 30 that's now a 33, now a 37. That's basically a counter of how much power we're putting into it. On the left hand side you can see a little white horizontal line that's now starting to climb as we add more power. And the idea here is that we're going to want to get this white into the green area and keep it there. If it goes into the red, we're in danger of blowing the rock up, and that will probably kill us, so that wouldn't be ideal. You do need to be pretty close. So we're just going to let this build up, and then as it gets close, I'll throttle back a bit and try and find a sort of sweet spot. Be a wee bit higher. There we go. So we just need to try and a delicate balancing act to keep this in the green. It's not working, so basically try that again without blowing ourselves up. So yeah, keep it in the green section as well as you can. Generally speaking, the more valuable the rock, the more unstable it will be, so the more the line's going to jump about, because they don't like making it easy. But you can see here, just a wee bit of struggling about, and we've shattered the rock. So we can put that away now, and we'll look around and just using the F key start storing these gems. Get as many of these as we can. You need to make sure you've got a backpack when you do this, obviously, because you need somewhere to store this stuff. And they can spread about a fair bit when the rock explodes, so you sometimes need to spend a wee bit of time looking about. Make sure you get everything. Probably going to be a couple of others. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on hand mining. I mean, you can see the technique behind it. You can come down here, you can fill up a backpack, go back to your ship, drop that backpack, pick up a whole new backpack that you had with you, and repeat the process until you've emptied the whole cave. And that obviously is going to get you quite a lot of money in the long run, but we're just going to do a simple explanation, a simple example. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 8 units of hadanite, but that's fine for the sake of example purposes. You know, you've seen how to mine, how the process works, so I don't want to drag this video out too long. So we're just going to head back out the cave, and then I'll show you what you do with the stuff once you've got it out. Alright, so we're just coming back out the cave again, and with our few units of hadanite back into the searing heat. jump into the ship and get into orbit again. And then what we're going to be looking for is a mining station where we can sell this stuff. So we jumped into orbit and just had a wee look around, and I'm seeing HDMS Norgard, and I think that is going to stand for Hurston Dynamic Mining Station. So we'll go and have a look at that. You might be able to tell from this that I don't do a lot of hand mining, because frankly ship mining is just so much more lucrative. But in order to do ship mining, you need a mining ship. And you don't have one of those when you start, unless you pledge for one. So this is a good introduction to mining, and like I say, a useful skill to have if you end up in prison. Which you will at some point, because we all do. Usually without meaning to. Okay, so I'm forgetting I'm in a small ship, so we're just going to put this thing down here.
Landing gear deployed. Engines offline.
Wee bit of visual identification that's useful when you're on these stations in the ground, and also how I knew to park at this particular one. When you're looking for somewhere that will sell or buy goods, you're looking for this little tower on the side that's got the orange horizontal lines on it. That's always going to take you to the storage section, as you can see by looking at this building. On a similar, but well, on a related note anyway, the one with the blue marks over there, that's where you can pick up ground vehicles, which we will need when we do rock mining. But let's just quickly go in here before we boil. So this is a good place where, I mean, if you were trading, you would be looking to buy stuff here. You could buy gold, aluminium. Well, that's basically your main choices here. But we're not looking to do that. We're looking to sell. We have Hadanite, 275 per unit, and we have 8 units. Now, I didn't spend a lot of time mining. If you were going out to actually mine, you would spend a great deal more time. You might have 20 or 30,000 worth. But there we go, 275 per little gem that you pick up, basically. You can make some money at it, if you're saving up. It's doing a cave rescue mission, even if you don't bother with the rescue aspects. You can come out of that with 40,000, which is not too bad. But that's us for the hand mining aspect of this. I will abandon my locate missing client because I really don't want to spend the time doing it. It's not worth it for the 4,000 that it would reward me with. The guy's going to be dead anyway, so you can't help him. And that's basically the principle behind hand mining, which might serve you well in prison, as I say. The next thing that we'll be looking at will be rock mining, which is similar to hand mining but on a bigger scale using a vehicle. So that will be the next one to be looking at if you're interested. If you've got anything out of this video, then please like, subscribe, join the organisation. The information will be below. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Signing out now.